Hi, I'm Ethan Skolnick from 5 Reasons Sports here at Florida Live Arena after the Florida Panthers win again at home. They're now 23-3 on the season at home, this time in front of the largest home crowd of the season. And this time, again, they do it in overtime on a goal from Bennett from Huberdeau. And now they go out on the road for a long time. I've got Caitlin Daly next to me. She is not a jinx. I am not a jinx because typically everybody thinks we're jinxes. We were not jinxes tonight.
I don't know if you've proven yourself completely yet, but I've been here the last 2 nights and it's looking good for me.
Yeah.
So I think I might be a good luck charm.
Then you might be.
You need one more good win on your back to clear the 8-2 game.
Yeah, but we were here together for 8-2, so I don't know if you get off the hook for that one. But 3 key points we're going to get to tonight is the Panthers win again, and I want to start here because to me the biggest thing is this team continues to get down at home. And they continue to come back. And we asked them after the game about that, whether it's Huberdeau or Burnett, and they just talk again about how we know we can do this. We know we can do this. And so there is a confidence level. I don't know that the fans like it, that they always get down 1-0 or 2-0, but there doesn't seem to be any panic from this team. And tonight, 90 shots that they attempted, 50 on goal. You could get frustrated with that when it's not going in, particularly against a goaltender who used to play for this team in Reimer. They didn't get frustrated. They kept coming.
He was a brick wall tonight. But again, they spoke of that in there. I liked what Marchment said. Everyone really wants to win for each other in that locker room. And they want to go out and play through that adversity. And when you get a win after a game like that, where you're down by 2 goals, and can come back in that overtime win like that in front of the biggest crowd you've had all season, those are the games that really build chemistry. But they've had so many games like that this season, with a home record like the one that they do tonight, or that we saw tonight. I didn't have a doubt in my mind just because I've seen them play like this. I didn't have a doubt in my mind that they were going to be the comeback cats that we've seen all season. And I think that whatever goes on in that locker room, it's just from the top to bottom, everyone shares that play through adversity, keep your composure mentality, and that's why they're able to do what they do.
The other reason they can do it, and you and I were talking about this after the game a little bit, is their depth, because they don't rely. We're going to talk about one guy they rely upon, maybe a little bit more than some of the others in a second, but they don't rely on just one player, one line. It allows Burnett to kind of shuffle through his lines. We saw tonight they were getting shots on goal. He didn't really love the way Duclair was playing. He shuffled up the lines. He put Huberdeau and Barkov together. But it's not just Huberdeau and Barkov, although it can be them at times. But you were noting some of the play they've gotten from the 3rd and 4th line, and even the defensively.
I mean, tonight, first goal off the bat was Gustav Forsling. It was his 2nd of the season. Great to see from him. And Mason Marchment had a goal in tonight's game, which is his 2nd streak of this week. He had a clutch goal. I forget if it was the 3rd or the 4th last game, just because I was so caught up in it, because they had 2 back-to-back goals in 25 seconds. I was just really thrilled. But tonight, you saw how excited he was with that celebration, and that the depth is what makes the Panthers a really hard team to beat.
We see it for people who follow this channel. We see it with the Heat also. When you have a deep team, again, everybody believes in each other, and it's kind of what the Heat talk about. Everybody shares in each other's success. It feels like the same thing here with the Panthers, where there is sort of general excitement about what other guys are doing. There doesn't seem to be resentment. Good teams, you always wonder, does that come before the chemistry, or does the chemistry lead to that? But it seems either way it's working. But again, there is one guy who's playing at a higher level than anybody else, probably in the entire league right now, which is Jonathan Huberdeau. I thought it was interesting after the game that Burnett said, maybe he'll start to get the attention nationally that he deserves. He is an all-star, but again, he should be a Hart Trophy candidate. He's leading the league in assists with 45. He's leading the league in points with 62. And again, tonight, he had the one play set up for Hagee. It didn't count because of the offsides. Comes right back at the end of the game, scores, comes back in the overtime, sets up Bennett. Every time they've needed him this season, he's there.
We've been saying this at Fifth Line for a season and a half now. He is one of the most underrated players in the NHL. There is no doubt about it that his name should be in the conversation with the top 5, if not 3 best players in the league. And he just continues he doesn't need the attention. He continues to show up, and that consistency, again, guys like him and Barkov are the guys that, you think, and when they're struggling, that's who you go to because they're consistent and they're veterans. But he is just continuing to break records and blow other people's minds. And it's about time that happens. And he deserves this all-star nod, by the way. He's going to head to Vegas this weekend. So
he's not the only one who deserves it, by the way.
There were a couple.
Although
yeah.
he's the only one to getting it. And in the larger South Florida sports context, I mean, he is having one of the all-time seasons. We've seen some great seasons in this market, but a guy who is leading his team to the top, not just of the conference, but the entire league, and doing it night after night, he should be getting more attention nationally. He should be getting more attention locally. So hopefully we'll give it
as should
to
the
him
Panthers
as
a whole.
I would agree with that. Although you see the crowd tonight, again, more than 18,000, and it was legitimate. It wasn't like one of these, like where they say there's 18,000 people here and there weren't. They were here tonight. They were looking for a reason and excited. They were loud. I mean,
and on Thursday night. Thursday night was not a record-breaking crowd, but it sounded like one.
Which is good as we carry this thing forward. Although they're not going to be back for 3 weeks, but we will be back then when they are. Follow Caitlin at cdaly95 on Twitter and at Caitlin Daly on Instagram. Follow me at 5 Reasons Sports, but not to the parking lot because it's cold and I'm going to be running out there as fast as I can.
Shivering.
And follow the Daiy Drop. That's going to be coming up here on the 5 Reasons
Coming
YouTube channel.
soon, and we will see you back here at FLA Arena on February 22nd, where the Panthers will host the Nashville Predators, and I might be in town for that. So we'll see.
Well, you know a little bit about the Nashville Predators.
I do.
Although, there's no rooting in the press box. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.